4 people arrested in a suspected terror plot to disrupt Trinidad and Tobago's carnival. And in sport, Kent pull off their 3rd straight win of the Regional Super 50. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, February 9th. I'll be back with the details in just a moment.
The jonquil's fife, the rhythm of the drum, the strum of the pan, the lilt of the voice from island to mainland, all pigments and tones, old and young, his and hers, all we are one. You, we, me. This is UE TV.
Police in Trinidad and Tobago have detained 4 people suspected of plotting to cause terror during the carnival celebrations scheduled to kick into high gear this evening. Speaking at an emergency press briefing yesterday afternoon, Acting Superintendent of Police Michael Jackman said lawmen had acted on credible information about the threat.
The Tobago Police Service has unearthed credible information of a threat to disrupt carnival activities. Given the nature of the information received, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service found it necessary to detain several persons of interest. These persons of interest are being interviewed and active operations are continuing in relation to this threat to disrupt carnival activities.
CNews understands that 3 of the 4 men were held following an exercise involving Defense Force personnel in El Socorro, while the 4th person of interest was held in Chaguanas. However, ASP Jackman declined to give further information about the arrest or the nature of the threat.
The threat was one that would have involved criminal conduct, and it would have been disruptive to the activities surrounding the carnival. What I can say at this time is that 4 persons are presently detained and are being interviewed by members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
In an immediate reaction, Canadian, United States and British authorities issued statements warning their nationals to be careful during the carnival. In its advisory, the British government said there was an increased threat of terrorist activity in the country, and despite the detention of suspects, an attack was still possible. It warned its nationals to remain vigilant and to avoid crowded places. The U.S. Embassy in its message said while Port of Spain was taking steps to deal with the security situation, it was urging U.S. government personnel to exercise additional caution and increased situational awareness if they plan to participate in carnival activities. Canada's statement was similar. The Bahamas' main opposition Progressive Liberal Party, the PLP, says its members will remain out of the Senate until the decision to suspend some of its legislators in the House of Assembly is reversed. Earlier this week, House Speaker Halson Moultrie suspended opposition leader Philip Davies and 3 other opposition MPs, including Glenys Hannah Martin, for 2 sittings. Davies had accused the Hubert Minnis administration of trying to kill democracy.
Assembly. The government, right, is inspiring the speaker, and they are a part of this conspiracy, I call it, right, to put a death knell in the system of democracy in this country.
The MPs who were suspended were joined by a small but vocal group who gathered to protest the suspension of Hannah Martin last week. Hannah Martin, still feeling slighted after being named for comments she says she never made, charged that government is accountable for what transpired in the House, calling it an attempt to quiet dissent in the country.
There's a very strong message being sent in that parliament. They violated the rules. They shut down debate. They've quieted dissenting voices. That we are looking at something that is very frightening in the Bahamas. I am urging Bahamians to scrutinize and to stand up. We will not tolerate it in this country.
Still in the Bahamas, the government has dismissed reports of a spike in tuberculosis cases. Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands sought to assure that there was no major outbreak after 17 of 81 people recently tested were found to have TB.
Those results, according to the international standards, did not allow for or cause concern or public panic. I wish to assure the public that the Ministry of Health will continue to conduct the prescribed TB screenings throughout the country as required. As Minister of Health, I am compelled to dispel public panic and fear by informing that the Bahamas has a stellar public health record, that every necessary protocol will be taken to identify and address any new cases that we find.
Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
You got to be there, you got to be there. You got to be there at the relay fair. Plenty speed, plenty action, stands, spots, steam it to come from the track. The Barbados Relay Fair, Saturday, February 10th at the National Stadium from 10 a.m. Admission $20 with family packages available. Teams from Guyana, St. Vincent, Grenada, Bermuda, Trinidad, and Guadeloupe competing against the best local talents. Your sponsors are Ensure, Colgate, Paula Barange, CMC, Williams Industries, Seidel, Sports and Gang, Burger King, Elite Sports, Caribbean Sports Management Enterprises, Regional Management Services, and Nuts and Bolts Nutrition. Remember to follow us at Barbados Relay Fair on Instagram.
Joe Denley missed out on three figures as Kent coasted to their third win on the trot in the regional Super 50 with a comfortable 27-run victory over U.S. Cricket yesterday. Sent in at the Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in the Group B affair, Kent rattled up 215 for 9 off their 50 overs, with the experienced Denley top scoring with 96 from 109 deliveries. Zach Crawley supported with 27, while Gidman and Adam Rouse both chipped in with 22 apiece. In reply, USA were restricted to 186 for 9 of their 50 overs, with captain Ibrahim Khalil leading his side's batting effort with 61 off 114 balls. Opener Jaskaran Malhotra with 28 was the only other batsman to pass 20, as USA lost wickets at vital times to watch their run chase slowly fizzle out. Kent has not lost since their opening match on the tournament. Rain. A splendid Andre McCarthy 100 and a ruthless spell from talismanic captain Nikita Miller dealt Guyana Jaguars their first defeat of the regional Super 50s last night, as Jamaica Scorpions clawed their way back into contention in Group B with a 46-run win under the Duckworth-Lewis method. 2 rain interruptions early in the Jaguars' run chase left them with a revised target of 215 from 34 overs, but they never quite found their footing and slipped to 168 all out in the 31st over. Jaguars had a paired set for their 4th victory on the bounce when they cruised to 65 for 1, but Miller's arrival saw the innings fall apart as the left-arm spinner sighted through the middle order to end with 4 for 22 from 7 overs. Medium pacer Odin Smith and Andre Russell both supported with 2 wickets apiece. West Indies left-handed Shimron Hetmeyer briefly threatened with a top score of 40 off 43 balls, but no other Jaguar batsman passed 20 as Miller put the brakes on the innings. Now that's Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Do have yourselves a good afternoon.